Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me this evening. First of all, before we get into discussing tomorrow, I want to go over what we've got going on right now. So, first of all, we've got a tornado warning to the north of Mullen in Iowa. This is radar indicated. Got multiple chasers on this. You can see there's a lot of contamination, but I can also see some broad rotation in there. So they have put out that tornado warning. Hello, Misty. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Hope you're doing well. If anybody has any questions about tonight or tomorrow, feel free to let me know. We're going to be going over some models for tomorrow. That storm predicted a 2-mile wide wedge. I'm not sure how wide the tornado was, but it was very large, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was actually 2 miles wide, but we don't have an exact measurement yet. Hello, Kids Storm Coverage. Thanks for tuning into the stream. If you do enjoy these streams, please be sure to subscribe. And donating is completely optional, but it does help fund me. So there is the PayPal link in chat. Streamlabs should post it in a second. There you go. I'm doing well. How about you, Misty? So we just have that one tornado warning. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for ping pong ball sized hail near Hemingford, Nebraska, and 60-mile-per-hour winds, and another one with quarter-sized hail near Chadron. This one is in Montana near Ekalaka, if I'm saying that correctly. Hopefully I am. All of these are kind of in poor radar coverage areas. Not the worst, but not the best, so you can see where the radar is picking up on that hail. Tomorrow does look crazy. We're going to be going over some models. We can actually first take a look. I want to take a look at the SRH. So this is actually we'll take a look at the Cape first. So I have seen some areas with over 4,000 joules per kilogram of surface-based Cape in southern Iowa, south of Des Moines, I believe, is where that would be. So that is not good. That is going to help storms rotate. And then at this same time, this is around 4 p.m. tomorrow, so this is going to be a issue for people getting off work and getting out of school since it is a Monday. There isn't as much SRH for the meters squared per second. That's really close to you. Make sure you have a place to go designated as your safe spot, and you have multiple ways to receive alerts. We should go over the SPC as well. So tonight, obviously, we do have our slight risk to 5% tornado risk, but tomorrow is what we're talking about. That area is in the enhanced risks. I wanted to take a look at the tornado risk. So that 15% is centered over southern Minnesota, western Wisconsin, and northern Iowa. Bowling Green, Missouri, you'll be getting out of school once the storm's higher up. Okay, so in Bowling Green, Missouri, I think that's near St. Louis, but we're just going to check. That's Florida. There we go. Okay, so that is north of St. Louis. We can actually take a look at our risks inside of Radar Omega. So day 2 tomorrow, that's in the slight risk. So you're not in the main risk zone, but you definitely need to be alert. You're in that 2% tornado risk, so you shouldn't see a strong tornado, but certainly couldn't rule out a couple or isolated tornado threat. And then for the wind risk, you are in that 5% marginal risk. And then you're mainly in the hail risk. That's the reason you are in the slight risk of severe weather right now. If we look at the SPC wording for this, so tomorrow we will see multiple corridors of severe thunderstorms expected across the upper Midwest Monday into Monday night, with a regional severe weather outbreak possible. The most dangerous period is likely during the late afternoon and evening, which is around that 4 o'clock hour that I was talking about. Okay, we already read that. So scattered, large to very large hail and damaging winds are likely as well. But this is a tornado-driven moderate risk. We have 6 viewers watching. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the live stream. If you do enjoy, please consider subscribing to the channel or liking the stream. Donations are also completely optional, but very helpful. The PayPal link is up there in the Streamlabs message. And then I also want to talk about on Tuesday, day 3, Tuesday the 29th, we have a enhanced risk of severe weather, level 3 out of 5, for portions of New York State, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. So that's going to be scattered thunderstorms. 85 degrees there tomorrow. Yeah, that daytime heating is definitely going to help with the severe weather. And then on Wednesday, we also have a slight risk. Day 4 severe. That's for the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas. But tomorrow is going to be the main event. Sorry about that. Just had to mute for a quick second. But I do want to get back to these models. So this is around 4 p.m. Most of that storm relative helicity will be in Wisconsin and across the Great Lakes. And then as we go further into the evening, that will move out. But there is a lot of Wednesday and Thursday will have severe weather also with that system. Yeah, and we'll see more move through as well. We're going to have severe weather pretty much all week. So it looks like the most Cape, the surface space, will be just above 4,100 joules per kilogram in southern Iowa. And then if we take a look at most unstable Cape, very similar numbers in southern Iowa. So that might be the target. It just really depends on where those storms are. I'm going to quickly get something pulled up for us. So give me just a second. Just going to move that down. Alright, we're back. So let's go continental. Just had to take care of something and get this pulled up. But we'll do Midwest and then just go back a bit so we can see further. We'll go to a forecast from yesterday. We can't rely on this too much since the further back we go, the more inaccurate the models are. But it does give us some model to look at. So this is 21Z around 4 p.m. tomorrow. Looks like in our moderate risk, obviously, on the Wisconsin-Minnesota state line, there are a lot of supercells. We might see a line is what I'm forecasting for. And then go a couple hours ahead. Ooh, that took a second to load. We may see a discrete supercell north of the Iowa-Minnesota border. We'll take a screenshot. So we should go ahead and take some soundings. Let's go to the 21Z, which is around when we'll see that 4,000 surface-based cape in southern Iowa. Okay, so possible hazard type is Tor. You can see our HOD graph up here. Take a look at 3 Cape 29. You see that storm slinky up there. We're just going to take a couple soundings. So let's go back a couple hours. Marginal Tor. We should take some Minnesota soundings. Trying to find a PDS Tor. Marginal Severe. Check southern Minnesota in that moderate risk. Marginal Severe again. None. Alright, so that's what we're looking at for the soundings. A couple of Tor soundings. Also, do want to give you all an update. I don't know if I'll show any, because I'm still working on a trailer, but on May 3rd, 2025, I hope to have the Moore 1999 Bridge Creek F5 video out. Lots of just regular tornado soundings. Oh, PS Tor sounding. That is in southern Minnesota. That's western Wisconsin. How many tornado emergencies have there been this year so far? Well, we had... There was one on March 14th, and then we had the Diaz one, then there was Essex, Iowa. So that's 3. I feel like there had been 4, though. Trying to think. There were 4 or 5. There was one on March 15th, too, in Mississippi. There might have been 5, actually. check North Wisconsin for soundings. Those are taking a bit to load tonight. Northern Illinois. So this stream is sort of our forecast for tomorrow, since we're not doing one. Actually, I will still probably make a video anyway. We should check the Kansas City area, possible hazard type tour. 78 3K and critical angle of 47. Should go ahead and check PayPal just to see if we've missed anything. Doesn't look like right now. Alright, because we do obviously want to thank the people that do go that extra mile. So the way that these storms are going to move through is you can see that potential line moving through Minnesota. But then we'll also have some discrete cells, like isolated away from other storms. You can see those move through potentially in northwest Iowa. Is there any chance they extend the enhanced into your area with the morning update? Well, we could take a sounding to see what looks like it's going on there. But if they did extend, if you were in the enhanced, because you're already in the slight risk for hail, you're in the slight for hail, and then the marginal for wind and tornado, you would probably be in the enhanced for hail. But be sure you do have a safe place to go to, nonetheless. We also do have a tornado watch and a severe thunderstorm watch still in effect. This tornado watch is until 11 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And then that severe thunderstorm watch until midnight Mountain Daylight Time. Check on our alerts. Okay, so there is an extension of this tornado warning. Oh, it's now an observed tornado, so we should switch over to coverage for a second. You've got a NOAA radio, that's good. Alright, we have 2 likes this stream currently, so in 5 viewers, so if you could like the stream, that would help me out. But it kind of looks like on reflectivity, it appears there's like these 2 different little hook areas. Let's take a look at a chaser's feed just for a second. I don't know if he's looking towards where this rotation is, but that's Connor Croft. Let's check Aaron J. Jack. Lots of lightning with this storm. Very electrified. And this is Vince. Can't see anything, but we're definitely going to watch the potential. So that is our only tornado warning, and that expires in 30 seconds. So seek shelter if you are about 30 miles to the southwest of Valentine, south of Kilgore, near Samuel R. McKelvey National Forest in northern Nebraska. Let's get our severe risk off because that's for tomorrow. But this area is in our 5% for today, our slight risk of severe weather. I'm not sure how many tornadoes we've had today. I think at least 3. At one point, I believe we did have 2 on the ground. Looks like Storm Runner Media is making their way to their target for tomorrow. We still have half dollar-sized hail north of Alliance, Nebraska, so do get away from windows and avoid roadways because that could damage your windshield. So get away from windows in a sturdy building. I think this tornado up here is radar confirmed because the chasers aren't able to see it. Let's see. Yep, radar confirmed tornado. So this also comes with golf ball sized hail near the 97, Route 97 or Road 97. Not 100% sure. But this is where all those chasers are. It looks like they're going to try to intercept something, but hopefully they don't lose any windows with the big hail on that. So we are down to 6 severe thunderstorm warnings and just 1 tornado warning. And this 1 tornado warning, right, this 1 tornado warning is in Cherry County, Nebraska. About how many miles? 20 miles south of Valentine, Nebraska. Reports of the confirmed tornado warning as a wedge tornado reported by storm spotters. Okay, so we are going to take it. A tornado is on the ground. Thank you for letting us know. Appreciate that report a lot. That is very helpful, actually. Do you know which sort of hook echo it is on the reflectivity? Because with velocity, it's just so hard to tell what's going on with contamination and everything. Yeah, I think it has been on the ground for a while. If we go a couple scans back, you can see. I should drag it down here so the keyboard sounds aren't loud. But we were trying to confirm it based off chaser feed, but we can't really see it. There's just a lot of lightning. Might be rain wrapped or hail wrapped. Southwest of Valentine, Nebraska. Yeah, that is where this is. This tornado warning, and those rotations are about 40 miles to the southwest. I'm not sure which hook either, but half dollar-sized hail passing just south of the Rapid City, South Dakota area with some quarter-sized hail. That's what that storm is warned for, moving through that area, so be sure to get away from windows with that storm. Also 60-mile-per-hour winds. Which one has a CC drop? I wouldn't even be able to tell with all of this contamination down there which one does have a CC drop. But we're going to treat it like a tornado is on the ground because it sounds like there very likely is one. So seek shelter if you are south of Cody and Kilgore, Nebraska by about 20 miles. The nice thing with these storms is that there is nearly nobody living out here. Let's see if we can tell what population's in this area. This is near Highway 97, though. The western one? Okay, yeah, that one has been looking more impressive on previous scans. And if we check velocity, it's evident there too. Hold on, everybody, just 1 second. Gotta mute real quick. Alright, sorry about that, everyone. We are back. So, once again, a tornado on the ground near Highway 97 in northern Nebraska in Cherry County. So, be sure to avoid this storm. Pull off and get into a ditch. We're not sure how strong this tornado is, but I believe it is pretty large. Thank you for coming into the stream, by the way, Top Fan, and letting us know about that. Really appreciate that. Looks like all of the chasers are turning on to this western. Freddie McKinney thinks he saw a cone tornado. Let me take a look at his feed on my phone. I can see a cone on the central or right portion of his stream. It is cutting out a little bit. So that is a tornado on the ground, and he is probably in the same area as all of these chasers. Let's see if we can get spotter dots on or something. We'll do 15 minutes. I see that Alex and John are coming up on this storm. Let me take a look at John's feed. Unfortunately, I cannot show it here on our stream. I don't see anything on his stream quite yet. Not very much lightning on his stream, so I can't see it. He must be facing the other way from the storm, but he's right over here. think he might be going south. So once again, if you are just tuning in, guys, tornado west of Highway 97 in Cherry County, Nebraska. This storm is moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. It's a radar confirmed tornado. They could probably upgrade that to weather spotters confirmed. But that is what we are currently dealing with right now. If you do have any questions for your location, feel free to let me know in chat, and I'm happy to help you out. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the stream. Also, if you want to go above and beyond, I do have a PayPal, but that's completely optional. It just helps fund the channel. So that's linked right there. If somebody could click that link and just let me know if it does work. Don't send anything, but that should be working. We've got 3 people watching and 3 likes this stream. So be sure to like the stream. We'll have a like goal of 5 likes. Welcome back, kids. Storm coverage. Thank you for coming back to the stream. We're currently dealing with a radar confirmed tornado, which is also on the ground. Spotters have confirmed. They just haven't updated the warning yet. But that's west of Highway 97 in northern Nebraska, Cherry County. It's moving northeast at around 30 miles per hour. I'd put it at more like 25. So let's calculate that at 25. Should be in the, looks like the Crookston area in around 97 minutes. So 69 people in the path of that is what the population indicator is saying. But if this does stay on the ground, this storm will pass through probably around the Crookston, Valentine area. So be sure you do have a plan to where you will go if a tornado warning is issued for that area. So once again, if you are just tuning in, this is a radar confirmed tornado, but we also have storm spotters who have seen it. Damaging tornado and golf ball size hail, so that is large hail. So avoid roadways if you can too. I am going to work on the Bridge Creek Moore May 3rd, 1999 F5 tornado video, along with recording a forecast tonight, so I think I will have to go ahead and end off the stream in just a few minutes. So I will be working on that. Let's take a look if Connor sees anything. Oh, I see a lowering right there on the right. Look right above my cursor. You could see a lowering right there. Also looks like one over here. So we may have two lowerings and potential tornadoes. 4 likes and 5 people watching. Thanks for tuning into the stream, everybody, and helping out. But we do have a tornado on the ground for anybody just tuning in, west of Highway 97 in Nebraska, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. This will eventually make its way to the Valentine, Nebraska area. I'm going to ask Siri what the population of Valentine, Nebraska is. Valentine, Nebraska population. 2,633. So if a tornado were to hit that area, it would be pretty catastrophic. Thankfully, this is not the strongest tornado from what I am seeing, but still definitely do need to keep an eye on it. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and work on some of our other videos coming up on the channel soon. So be sure to stay tuned for the more video on May 3rd. And forecast should be coming out either in a few hours or tomorrow morning. So thank you for tuning in, everybody. We'll take one last look at the PayPal just in case if we've missed anything, because obviously you want to be able to thank the people that go the extra mile. Alright, looks like we are good. So with that being said, thank you everybody for tuning into the stream, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace out. Peace. Did it too early. That's okay.